Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and what a game of football we have just witnessed in a Bundesliga. Bayern Munich 3, Eintracht Frankfurt 3. What a game. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I mean, just amazing football game. That's the type of football game that you want to watch. Like, this is why we love football. Such an amazing game of football, especially if you're a new, like if you are not a Bayern Munich or a Frankfurt fan. That was a really a great game to watch. And especially the thing is, after we have watched, I have watched today the UA game. That was quite a dull game. I watched the United game. That was such a boring game as well. Thankfully now I have watched this game. It was a really good game of football. 3-3 between both of them. It was such an open game. Like, I expected this game to go really to the wire. I said in my prediction as well, I thought that this was going to end in a draw, and it has ended in a draw. Such a great game for one. Both the teams just went at it from the get-go, attacking. Like, it was such an I'm so excited. I really don't have the words for it, if I'm being very honest with you. Bayern Munich, they went ahead and they took the lead through a corner. They go 1-0 ahead, but then Frankfurt, as they have been throughout the season, amazing on that counter attack. That that pairing up front between Ekitike and Marmoush. I have said this. I think that pairing is like one of the best. Just in Bundesliga in Europe, they have been really good. The link up play between both of them has been amazing. Marmoush, and as usual, goes ahead and gets the goal. It becomes a 1-1, and then again it felt like Bayern Munich were on the attack, by Frankfurt take the ball away from them and again hit them on the counter. Marmoush is the one, he creates the goal. He beats his marker so easily, uses his strength, then uses his pace, goes so far ahead. Then with that pass to Ekitike was really good, and he provides the finishing touch, sorts it past Neuer. It becomes a 2-1, and Frankfurt take the lead. And then another set piece for Bayern Munich. They are the ones, they level up this time, courtesy of Upamecano. It was quite a sloppy goal, if I'm being very honest. Not a good goal, but Bayern wouldn't really care. And they level it up to 2-2. And then both the teams had a couple of good chances at either end to take the lead, but none of them were able to take it. We go into the second half, and Bayern, courtesy of Olise, a really great goal from outside of the box, a great effort, and they take the lead 3-2. And I think in the second half, Bayern Munich had more control of the game as compared to first half, and they created a good number of chances where they could have gone extended their lead further, but they were not able to. Frankfurt, on the other hand, they themselves had a couple of chances themselves. I think that the game plan, I think Frankfurt have so good on that counter attack. I being an Arsenal fan as well, like Arsenal, are proud of our counter attacks, but the way that Frankfurt are playing, the way that they counter attack, I just don't see any team in Europe currently doing that. And I think the thing is, they are so effective every time that whenever they do that counter attack, you expect a goal, and like 90 to 95% of the time it turns out to be a goal. They had a couple of good chances before that, but they were not able to convert them. And then in the 93rd minute, Marmoush goes ahead and does the job himself, and 93rd minute scores a 1-on-1 against Neuer, again on the counter attack. Like, the thing is, it's not just him scoring the goal, it is the way that they pass. The first pass that comes from the defense to midfield, and then the anybody who is in the midfield, for them to pick out Marmoush or anybody, whether it is Ekitike, whether it's Marmoush, like the ones who are trying to make that run to make sure that they are not offside, to pick them every time. Like, I don't think there has been even till there 6 games have been played, 5 games have played in Bundesliga, and I don't think there has been one time when they have been offside in their counter attack. That's how accurate they are. That's how good they are. And Marmoush goes ahead, beats his marker again very easily, puts the ball past Neuer, and it becomes a 3-3, and it ends a 3-3. It was such a great game. Like, it was 1 versus 2, and that game really lived up to its hype. Like, that's how the top 2 teams, battle it out at if of the top two teams of the country should play. The game involving the top two teams in the country should be amazing game of football. And I think Bundesliga, this I say this yesterday as well when I was when I reviewed the Inter game. I said that none of the leagues have a clear-cut leader at the moment, and I'm going to say it again as well. Even in Bundesliga, you really don't know. Like Leverkusen dropped points yesterday, Dortmund lost to Union Berlin, and they dropped points again. So in a way, you were thinking that this was a great chance for Bayern Munich and Frankfurt, both of them, to somehow get the win and get away from the other two teams. But both of them they have dropped points as well. So it is like and you 5 games have been done, but you don't really know. Nobody has really taken the edge. Nobody has really asserted their dominance in the league. And Bayern Munich, Leverkusen, Frankfurt, RB Leipzig, Dortmund, all 5 of them are there. And then you have teams like Freiburg really knocking on the door, teams like Union Berlin really knocking on the door, that they're trying to get into them. Heidenheim are there as well. So it is really tough at the moment at the top in Bundesliga. So it is going to be very interesting. We are going to international break, and as a football fan, I am really loving it. I will say it again, that none of the leagues at the moment have a clear-cut a clear-cut leader, a clear-cut line that this is how the league is gonna be. You have in Syria every week you have a new leader. In Bundesliga you really don't know whether who is gonna set the pace. Same in La Liga. Barcelona won today, but they're just 3 points ahead of Real. You go to Liga, that's the same. Even though PSG are at the top, the difference in points is like a couple of points between them and the other teams in the league. Premier League, you can say the same as well. So it's really looking good for every league at the moment. And the same as I said in Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, you can say I don't think they would be really that much disappointed because of how good the game was. And sometimes you just have to expect that your opponent were on your level on that day. I think they would have expected that they would get the win, but the way that Frankfurt play, I think they wouldn't be really bad, because they themselves went behind. It became a 2-1, and it quite easily could have been more than that. They could have lost that game as well, if I'm being really honest with you. So I think they wouldn't really mind dropping points here. This is the second time that they have dropped the points, but I think this is the game where they would be like, okay. And the thing is, they have dropped points against Leverkusen and Frankfurt. So it's not like they are dropping points against teams where they are expected to win. These are 2 tough games. These are your basically title rivals at the moment. So I think they wouldn't really matter that much to them. It has been sort of a you could say a bad week for Bayern. They drew last weekend. They lost in midweek to Villa, and now they have drawn to Leverkusen. Frankfurt. So they are going to the international break with a winless in their last 3 games. So that is something that the Bayern fans are gonna look at. But I would say that it doesn't really matter, if I'm being very honest with you. Frankfurt, on the other hand, I think they are doing really good, and in my opinion, they're still exceeding expectations. I don't think anybody really thought they were going to be that good, and I think the way that they are playing, they could really trouble Bayern and Dortmund and Leverkusen for that title. I think this year they could really go ahead and finish it and get the job done this year around. At that front too, I would be really scared if I am if they can do that against a Bayern Munich. I don't care who you are in the league. They are going to have this confidence now already. I think Marmoush is the highest goal scorer in the league with that brace. So I think he's having a great season, and not just him, his partner Ekiteke. Like sometimes one person is leading the line, but for Frankfurt, both of them are in really good form. Even though Marmoush is like the main guy, but Ekiteke just right behind him. I think they are having a great season, and I think everybody should be scared of them. Not just in Bundesliga, even people in Europe. So they are having a really great season. That is it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game. Bayern fans, are you disappointed? Are you satisfied with that result because of how good Frankfurt were? and how what is your assessment of Vincent Company? I've stopped talking about him for a couple of weeks because I just because I have my reasons for that, and I have my predictions regarding a company. I've made them already before the season, so I just don't want to keep on talking about him. Let me know what you guys think about him and what you thought about the game as well. Frankfurt fans as well, you must be really happy with the way your team is playing. So let me know what you guys are feeling in the comments below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 400 subscribers before the month of October ends, so please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and help us in achieving our task. The international break is coming up, so we are gonna have different kind of content coming as well, so please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Until next time, bye bye.